Okay, so the prompt is Amy works for a company that produces plastic lids and cups for restaurants. She wants to estimate what proportion of lids produced in a day that have a defect that make them not fit the cups. She takes a random sample of 250 lids from more than 10,000 total lids produced that day and finds 15 lids in the sample with this defect. Calculate and interpret a 99% confidence interval for the proportion of lids produced that day with the defect. So I already have the statement written out, which is we will conduct a 99% confidence interval using a 1 proportion z interval to estimate the true proportion of lids produced that day with a defect. And the conditions are random, 10% rule, and large counts. So random is already stated in the prompt, so for 10% rule, the 250 lids have to be 10% of the total lids in the restaurants. So we have to make sure 250 is at least 10% of 10,000, which it probably is. For large counts, we have to make sure that n times p is greater than 10 and n times 1 minus p is also greater than 10. So, which is 250 times 15 out of 250. That's greater than 10. That's also greater than 10, so we can state oh yeah, don't forget the sampling distribution is large enough. So now to actually calculate, the formula that we have to use, p hat is, okay, so yeah, p hat is 15 out of 250, which should be, I think 0.06, yeah, 0.06, and the critical value is 2.58. And to get the critical value, since we are taking a 99% interval, and I just divide by 2, and then to get the critical value, it's second VAR's inverse norm, and it's already in, and it's 2.58. So in terms of the formula, which is this times p and 1 minus p over n. And this part is the margin of error. So whenever a prompt has the margin of error and the critical value given and you need to find the sample size, the default p and 1 minus p is 0.5 and 0.5. But here we know that it's not. Okay, so I'm just gonna do that into the calculator. Oh, I have answer. And so the interval should be from 0.021 to 0.099. So now that we have the intervals, we have to say the conclusion sentence, which is we are 99% confident that the true portion And that's it.